Everything here since 1906. Jan, wave at your sister. The Elm Creek Centennial, 1892 to 1992. The Langs with Dennis driving. The Langs from 1903 to 1992, and they're all aboard. They are, the whole family. Hi, Max. Here we've got a Doc Carlson driving a John Deere Model B. Model B. Is that B, Doc? B as in Bob? Next, we have the Blue Elevators. It's representative of their floater here at Elm Creek. And following, we have Rob Penner, who is the... Hey, Rob, were you president of the Elm Creek? He's driving a 58 McPherson with his kids on the Agri Service of Elm Creek. And next, we have the Elm Creek 4-H Beef Club with Harlan Andrews on the flag and leaders Glenn Andrews, Mr. Trevor Collison, and on here we have Mr. Keith Wage with the Champion 2-Year-Old Cow Calf Continuation Project, Achievement 92 by Harlan Andrews and the Elm Creek Beef Club since 1952. They're a real big support. And here's the Venezuela Fire Department truck. And here we have an IH International McCormick Farmhouse Cup. Year is, Matt, what year is that? 42. He said, next we have signature seat covers, seat work of ends. Daryl with his dad Neil driving, or Corny. Upholstery, they're located just out at the east edge of town here. I can't talk that fast. Yep. Matt. They forgot to tie them. Happy birthday, everybody. Pat yourselves on the back. You've done 100 years. Our group from Nebraska that came up. In there with is Charlie Shrine, is the Centennial Committee Chairperson and local RM counts. Folks, give Charlie did a lot of work for the Centennial, folks. Give him a round of applause, eh? Way to go, Charlie. This entry is from Elm Creek, Nebraska. The first vehicle is a 1931 Model A Ford pickup driven by Wayne Zimmerman. The second vehicle is a 1929 Model A Sport Coupe driven by Paul Casper. Paul's grandson Tyson and Jesse Hubbard are riding in the rumble seat. These vehicles have been restored 100% and are owned by Paul Casper. And how many months did it take you guys to drive those things up here? Next, we have a float of Sid and Ollie Foote. The Foote family with Sid and Ollie in the captain's chairs. Who's driving there, Sid? Oh, Rick's driving. And then we have the rest of them. There's Jake and Carol and Blaine and Lisa and Foote, Jane and Jody. And I wouldn't even... I better quit. Hey, Joyce. I don't. Here we have a 1938 1.5-ton international truck. Owner John L. Martin's group. The John L. Martin's family of Elm Creek. Driven by Jake Martins. John's driving, is he? George! Nah, I did it wrong again. Norm with an N. Thank you. Norm's driving. Next, we have, slow down. A 1928 Ford Model A Cabaret Coupe, restored by Ed and Joyce Humiski, close enough, and family of High Bluff, Manitoba. Art and Lynn Twist in rumble seat. Jim who? Okay, Okay, we got a tractor, a Cockshot 80, early 1940s, owned by Bryce Jones of Carmen, Manitoba. Driver today, Bert Jones of Swan River, Manitoba. No, he didn't. Here we have the Peterson family float. The Peterson farm was established in 1912. The 1936 John Deere D is being driven this morning by the fourth generation farmer, Myron Peterson. This tractor, which was restored into running condition by Myron, was formerly owned by the Swain family and operated for many years by Jim and Donnie McKay. On the float, we have Marvin and Eva Peterson and their 5 sons and families, and Marvin's sister, Hannah Pritchard, granddaughter Julie is riding her registered American quarter horse, and best friend, Terry. How do we do? A little short, but that's all right. Got the cow's milk, plain? Got the cow's milk? That's good. Cream separated. The St. Mary's Catholic Church. Sunday Mass is at 9:30 a.m. Happy birthday to you. The Stango family. No!
It's the Roman Catholic Church.
That's what I said the St. Mary's Catholic Church. How's that? Is that close enough? That's what the sign says. I only don't do it. Maple Stead, the school district 1090, 1951 AD. Did I do it right, Judge Joyce? Hey, Rob Franz is still in school and he hasn't learned anything yet. And staying with Marilyn, Marlene, the Frooks, the Underwoods. All right, Mrs. Jones, I'm sorry. Have they learned anything yet, Aunt Joyce?
I'm trying hard.
Well, okay. Congratulations, Elm Creek. We have a representative here of Heather Hart from Carmen, Manitoba, with her miniature, registered, aren't they not, Heather? Registered miniature ponies. Meadowwind Miniatures, Rod and Heather Hart, Carmen, Manitoba. And here we have Cargill of Elm Creek, Cargill Limited. Team Wagon, Semi Tractor, and Super Bee, 1-ton truck. The old, that's the new, isn't it? Aren't you the new? That's the old, right through to the new with all the staff and extras, husbands, wives. Hello, Bill. You got up this morning? Yeah. Huh? 1928 Ford Coupe. Driven by Abe Martins, restored by Abe. Is it restored by Abe? And restored by Abe Martins of Elm Creek. And here Gold Bombers go. The Bomber Blue Brigade with Miss Blue Bomber. Who's Miss Blue Bomber? What? Oh, Teresa Stank? That's why she looked familiar. I'm sorry.
She was. 1 year. Yeah.
Teresa Edge. And here we have a representative of Delackie Ford Sales in Carmen with Mr. Ron Delackie on the helm. For all your Ford services, you can see Ron at Ron's Delackie Ford Sales and Service in Carmen, Manitoba. And on the back is Ron's Happy Family. Hi. Are these all Allens? Are they all Allens? Okay, the first one right here in front of me, we have a 1915 Model T Ford Touring, owned and driven by Alan Peterson. Are these all yours, Alan? All four of them? Okay. The next one is a 1930 A Ford, owned by Alan Peterson, driven by Fred Peters. The next one, the green, is a 1937 Pontiac, owned also by Alan Peters, driven by Bill Weems. And if I get page turn here, we get page turn. We have a 1947 Chevy Stylemaster, driven by Eugene Peters, owned by Alan Peters. This here we have a vehicle that is restored by Matt Tkachuk. Alan Gibson driving it. Matt, what year is it? 1928 with Alan Gibson driving. And next we have a group of writers. From where? Elm Creek area. Is this the Ghost Riders? No? Is it? Known Enterprises with Daryl Kaler on the helm. Right? The Kalers, Daryl, Iris, Adam, and John. The Newton Enterprise, old-fashioned values. Newton, Manitoba. Oakville 100. They celebrated theirs last year. Shayak Chevels with McLean and Sons Persians of Portage La Prairie. Next, we have the Winnipeg Livestock Sales Limited, every two wards. Mule Hitch, St. Adolphe, Manitoba. Thanks for coming. That's a long ride from St. Adolphe. A. Middleton and Sons, Dairy Farmers, Haywood, Manitoba. Arnold Middleton at the helm. I like your dairy cows there, Arnold. Next, we have Jim and Val Esau and their family. And is this the Ghost Rider? No, this is. It is the Ghost Riders. It's the Elm Creek. Used to be the Elm Creek 4-H horse club, and they disbanded and got back together. And here we have, folks. We have Bob and Debbie Frost. Bob's Wild West Adventure, and the Centennial. Bob's Wild West, Bob and Debbie Frost and family. Offers a wide variety of activities, some of which include trail rides by the hour or day, overnight campouts, hay rides, western videos, and sleigh rides in the winter. They also have producing a souvenir video of the Centennial, as I announced earlier. Next, we have the St. John's Ambulance, who come out to quite a number of functions out here. We get them out to hockey tournaments or whatever, and they come out and...
Zoom in, baby, zoom in! Here we are live from Elm Creek, Manitoba on the 100th anniversary of Elm Creek. This is the town, folks. Yesterday underwater, today just drying out from a monsoon rain that lasted a week. Unbelievable this many people could show up today, but look at it, folks. Feast your eyes. It's too good to be true. Here they are. Music in the background, all kinds of people. Local RCMP. Okay, folks, signing off from the roof of Ted's Groceries, live from Elm Creek, Manitoba.
Taking you back to the 1880s, with our second part being a parade of wedding fashions. We thank the many who willingly gave of their treasures to make this show possible. Our commentators this afternoon, are Mary Friesen and Clara Butekoffer, with Pat Schmidt at the piano. And now we'll hand it over to them.
Privileged to have Jessie Cochran as our first model in our 1992 Centennial Fashion Show. Being escorted on stage by her grandson, George Miller, Jessie is wearing a black, heavy satin gown dating back to the 1890s. This gown has always been in her possession. This dress features inset brocaded front panels, on the bodice and mandarin collar. The nap on the set-in dolman sleeves has been reversed to give it a soft sheen. Buttons were used on the front bodice, and a 30-inch zipper closes the skirt front. Isn't she elegant? she is our oldest model. She is 95 years of age. She has always lived in Elm Creek. We would like to show our appreciation for your participation in our show and for the fine example of good citizenship you have always been in our community. Thank you, Mrs. Cochran. Please accept this bouquet as a token of our appreciation. Stacy Shearer is wearing a dress made by Irene Hardy, a replica of the 1800 styles. It is made of a printed cotton with a matching poke bonnet and handbag. A petticoat of black taffeta gives the dress a billowy effect. This young lady could follow a wagon train going west or look charming dancing the night away. Thank you, Stacy. Tina Wood is modeling a dress she sewed for our Elm Creek Centennial, a replica of 1892. This well-chosen material of navy with a tiny rose pattern features a trimming of lace and ribbon. Can't you just see her sitting on the old covered wagon? Or at the spinning wheel? In fact, I believe Tina is on her way now to wash and card some wool. Thank you, Tina. Is wearing an outfit that her great-grandmother wore in 1830. This great skirt is made of satin and is worn with a taffeta apron trimmed with lace. The worn heavy cotton cape is trimmed with black satin ribbon and features a stand-up collar to ward off chilly winds. Her hat, made of black velvet and trimmed with ostrich plumes, completes her ensemble. Anne would still turn a man's head, even though her outfit is 162 years old. Thank you, Anne. May I ask the people in the audience not to clap until we've completed the whole commendation. Thank you. Brian Peters is modeling an 1860s era men's outfit of pinstriped pants and vest and jacket with tails. He is carrying a wooden cane and is wearing a top hat. The two of them look like Abe Lincoln and Mary Todd incarnate, don't you think? Wearing a comfortable nightgown owned by her grandmother Walmsley in the early 1900s. Made of white cotton, this gown was hand-sewn and features fine pin tucks in the front and back with hand-crocheted lace, which decorates the yoke and the sleeves. With a warm little nightcap, you are assured of a cozy night's sleep. This nightgown is in very good condition and is a cherished item for Marie, I'm sure. Thank you, Marie. This handmade, lightweight linen coat was worn by Hilda Dick's grandmother in the early 1900s. It features a double-breasted closure, which can be buttoned to the right or to the left.